Okay? We go from Genesis, from the Torah, to the Old Testament, to the Gospel, to the New Testament, and the Revelation. Come. We have a balance. Okay? Because why? This is the Most High here. This is Yahweh here. Okay? And I know some of you are familiar with the Torah portion. We understand that. But we want the Most High to be represented throughout the whole Bible, through the scriptures. All right, the balance. The Torah, the law, statutes, commandments. Brothers brought it out. Okay, the Old Testament, the New Testament, the Gospels. Come. That is the Most High and Yahweh Shai. So that's what we try to do at the Marshall Summits when we have the Sabbath service. Come. So now we're in the book of Revelation. The book of Revelation. Okay? And understand something. Revelation, the only first 3 chapters of Revelation have happened already. From the 4th chapter to the 22nd chapter haven't happened yet. And it's going to happen. The book of Revelation is what? The tribulation period. Okay, the great tribulation period. That is the book of Revelation. That is going to be the time of Jacob's trouble. We're not in that period. I thought the pandemic and all that was tribulation. No, that ain't tribulation period. That's a tribulation, but it ain't the tribulation period. Come. And it's coming. It's coming. So that's why the scriptures say, gather yourselves together before the time and before the decree bring forth, because it's coming. And we're going to need each other. You're not going to be able to go to Esau and the other nations for help anymore. Okay? Your help is only in the Most High, Yahweh, and that's it. And each other. And that's it. So now it's high time for us to understand that. We got to come on another level. We got to come on the level of what Yahweh taught us. And like these brothers had brought out and presented to you about how we got to do away with pride. We got to do away with hating one another. We got to do away with jealousy. Come on. We got to do away with envy. That's right. We got to do away with all that. Because the Most High said, if you hate your brother, you murdered him. That's right. You committed murder. What the hell you think you're doing? You committed murder. Jealousy, envy, all that. You committed murder. And the Most High charged you with murder. So what are you talking about? Right. Okay? So he said, assemble yourselves together in these last days. And this is what the Marshal Yasha'Allah is about. And we hear the negative. We are the brothers talking. We hear it all the time. But this is the 16th summit, right, Brother Isaiah? Hallelujah. The 16th summit. Ain't nothing going to stop this. And the Most High told Peter that. He said, Peter, what you bound on earth will be bound in heaven. And what's bound on heaven shall be bound in earth. That's and Peter, right. I will give you the keys of the kingdom of heaven. And no man shall be able to stop it. No man in this earth. So you got to understand that, brother. We're going all the way with it. The other nations got their nation. That's right. They got their flag. That's right. They got their government. That's right. So what's wrong with us? Why do we come short? And we're the chosen people. We're Yasha'Allah. Okay? The Most High put his love on us first of all the nations. So we got to understand it. So now it's high time for us to wake up. Revelation 3 and 8. That's where you're going to start out.
God. Revelation chapter 3, verse 8. I know thy works. Behold, I have set before thee an open door.
See, the door is open. But Yahweh said, knock, and the door shall be open. But here in Revelation, he said, the door is already open now. See, the door is open for you. But the problem is now, since the door is open, where are you? You on the other side of the door, afraid to enter in. And so because you are of fear, remember, perfect love cast out fear, we're stagnant. Because you're fearful, we're stagnant as a nation. And we can't come together. That's right. Because you won't enter into the door. The door is open. Yahweh tried to open the door himself when he died on the cross for the nation of Israel. So what are you talking about? The door is open. So what the hell are you waiting for? What are we waiting on? The nation is here. Y'all are waiting. You know the problem is? You're waiting for Yahweh to come out the sky. Stop doing that. Yahweh said what? The kingdom of heaven is where? Within you. That's why the scripture says what? The kingdom of heaven is suffered violence. But the violent take it by force.
That's right.
So that means the kingdom of heaven is what? It's physical. It's somebody. It's the nation of Israel.
That's right.
So you got to start acting like the kingdom of heaven. Be the example. Or Kazakia, brother, be the example. Right. Okay? of the kingdom of heaven. You can't wait for the kingdom of heaven. You have to act it out now.
That's right.
Now is the time for the kingdom of heaven. And that's the problem. That's why we're not getting nowhere. We're stagnant. All these different camps all over the place, and we can't come together. Got the greatest knowledge on the earth that the Most High gave us, the nation of Israel, and we can't put it together. That's why the brother brought it out. He said, what? You can sound good on an instrument, but if you don't have charity, you don't have nothing.
That's right.
If you don't help one another, you don't have nothing. You don't bear one of those burdens, you don't have nothing. So the door is open. Go ahead, Al.
I have set before thee an open door, and no man can shut it.
It's got what? No man can do what?
No man.
Who?
No man.
Maybe Esau.
No man.
Maybe Ham.
No man.
Maybe Ishmael.
No man.
No man can shut that door. So no man's going to stop this, brother. I don't care all your negative what you say. No man is going to stop this. What the Howard Shai is building. Go ahead, Al.
For thou hast a little strength and hast kept my word.
See, keep the word. See, so your strength and your faith has brought you here. Despite the weather and all that, your strength and your faith has brought. But what about the one that you said, well, it's snowing now? Or snowing in Dallas, it never happened before. And Dallas ain't used to snow. Got ice everywhere. The one way is closed. The airport's closed down, and they turn back. See, that's why he said, "Oh ye of little faith, O nation of Israel, you turned back." Oh yeah, we got the calls, the brothers who turned back. We got the calls, but you're here. That's what Yahweh Shai want to see.
Hallelujah.
Okay, understand it. He want to see you have faith and endure. He can make it easy for us, right? Can the Most High make it easy?
God.
But that's not how the Most High works.
That's
He
right.
could have made it easy when we came out of Egypt, during the wilderness for 40 years. But he said, no, you're going to walk in the wilderness for 40 years. And you're going to dwell in the wilderness for 40 years. Right? Because you're hard-headed and stiff-necked and murmuring and complaining all the damn time.
That's right.
But now we're in the second Egypt here in America, and now here we go again. The brother brought it out before. Okay? But the murmuring and complaining, it has to stop. When we going to come together, put the nation together, put the government together.
Right.
This is the time now for it. Go ahead, Doc.
And has not denied my name.
Say you haven't denied the name. Okay? Yahweh, Ba'ashem, HaMashiach, Yahushai. Come.
God.
Come.
God.
Come.
God.
Go ahead.
Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not.
See? Them bastards over there.
That's right.
Okay?
That's right.
Them of the synagogue of Satan that say they are Jews and are not.
Bring it out.
Okay? They are not. So the Most High is showing us who are the real Jews. Yasha'Allah are the real Jews. Who are the real Jews? Yasha'Allah are the real Jews. The Most High is showing us. They are of the synagogue of Satan.
That's right.
Come?
God.
Which say they are Jews and are not. They are not the Jews. So the Most High is bringing out all over the world now. And when this gospel goes all over the world, and this testament goes all over the world, then the end will come. Right. And it's all over the world now. We know the end is near. He said when you see earthquakes and famines and pestilence in diverse places, know that the end is near. And this gospel got to be preaching to all the world, all the earth. And it is. We have Israelites now in Africa, okay? Israelites in Europe, brothers teaching in South America, Central America, Caribbean, North America, all over the earth.
India.
Okay, India.
Haiti.
Okay, Haiti, everywhere. It's all over the world now. So the end is coming. So get prepared. Okay? You haven't seen nothing yet. You think the pandemic's a tribulation? That ain't no tribulation. Most High said 1,000 on your left side, 1,000 on your right side shall drop down dead, but no harm will come near you who have faith in your house. Have you seen that yet? You haven't seen that yet? Jacob's trouble. You haven't seen Jacob's trouble yet. It ain't here yet. You think you're in trouble because you got a little problem at your job or something. That ain't no problem. That ain't no problem. You can overcome that. Wait till Jacob's trouble comes. Most I said, I shall try you like gold is tried in the fire.
That's right.
Now you're going to be tried. And he says it's going to be like fire on one hand, water on the other hand. It's going to be a narrow passage you got to walk through.
God.
Okay? And he said, he that put his hand to the plow, and then you turn back, then you're not fit for the kingdom of heaven.
That's right.
Now, go ahead, Doc.
But do lie.
Do lie, they are liars. Esau's a liar, so he's not the Jews. Go ahead, Doc.
Behold, I will make them come to worship before thy feet.
He's going to make them to worship before our feet. That's a blessing, isn't it?
God.
Your former slave masters now kissing at your feet.
That's right.
Bowing down at your feet. That's coming. That is coming up. You're going to bow down. So that's a blessing. That's what the salvation that Yahushua has in store for us, the ones that endure to the end. That our enemies are going to bow down before our feet. Go ahead, Doc.
And to know that I have loved thee.
How's the Most High going to show you he had loved thee? When your enemies, okay, the other nations, come and bow down before your feet.
That's right.
That's how you're going to know the Most High. So that means you got to endure to see that happen, to see that manifest in these last days. You have to endure.
Right.
Okay, and if you don't endure and you're extremely wicked, you something off or whatever, the Most High got to put you to death, well, you ain't going to see it. Okay? Go ahead, Doc.
Verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word.
Say, keep what?
The word.
The what?
The word.
The what?
The word.
The word. That's the Bible. That's the law, statutes, and commandments. You have kept the word. This is what we're supposed to be doing. And the gospel. You know how many laws and statutes are in the gospel that Yahushua told us about? That's why we got the code of ethics. The gospel, the commandments of the Most High in Hamashiach Yahushua. You have kept the word. Go ahead, Doc.
Of my patience.
Of my patience. Kept the word of patience. Because it takes patience what we're going through. We're going through tribulation, trials and tribulations here. But we got to keep the patience, the word of patience. Because why? Every prophecy got to come to pass. What the Most High wrote and the prophecy, all has to come to pass before the end comes. And we're closing in on that time right now. Go ahead, Doc.
I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation.
So he's going to keep you from the hour of temptation. Now, what is that hour of temptation? That hour of temptation of you got a problem at your job with white folk or whatever. Your hour of temptation. Yeah, I mean, that's a type of temptation. But the hour of temptation that the Most High is talking about is what? The Great Tribulation period. Okay? The 7-year tribulation period.
Come on.
Okay? That's Jacob's trouble. That hour of temptation. And nobody here went through that yet. We're not there yet. Okay? Read what happens in Revelation 6 when the seals are broken. The first seal hasn't happened. The first seal is the Antichrist. That didn't happen yet. That didn't happen yet. The second seal, the third seal, the fourth seal, the fifth seal, the sixth seal, the seventh seal, that didn't happen yet. The seals aren't broken yet. I know some folks think they are, but they're not. See how comfortable our people are living out here in the world. Seals ain't broken yet. Wait till the seals are break. And you're going to see death, destruction, and bloodshed. Up to the horse's brow, the blood's going to come. So we haven't seen nothing yet. We got to stop acting like we somebody, like the brother said, mimicking. Oh, and some brothers just mimic the words of the Bible, but not examples of it. That's why Paul said, perform the doing of it. James said, don't be a hearer, right, of the word, but be a doer.
That's right.
You got to be a doer of the word. Okay, go on up. Was that it on the 5th verse?
La.
Okay, go ahead.
Verse 10. Second to last precept. I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them.
To try you, it's going to come upon the whole world. You know, the world, I'm not talking about the whole earth. We're talking about Israel. Right. It's talking about you're the world the Most High is dealing with.
That's
so
right.
It's going to try you. You think you're going through a trying period now on some levels? Yes, you are. But we're talking about the hour of temptation, Jacob's trouble, the tribulation period. This is what we're talking about, what the Most High is talking about here, what Yahushua is talking about. Go ahead up.
To try them that dwell upon the earth. Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown.
That no man take thy crown. See? So hold fast what you have. What do you have? Well, you have the truth. Okay? You know your identity. You know your language. Don't anybody tell you don't learn Hebrew.
Right.
All that is lies. You hear some of these camps say that. Don't anybody tell you that. Your language and your nationality is synonymous. They go together. Come? You're a Hebrew Israelite. That's what the Most High told Abraham. You're a Hebrew. Okay? He said, your name is no more Jacob. Israel is your name. Come? And you're a Hebrew Israelite. So they're synonymous. So you learn the Hebrew, and the Arch's going to come and tell you about the classes we're going to have in Hebrew at intermission. Okay, don't nobody ever tell you don't learn your language. Your language is synonymous. Tell a Chinese man that. Tell a Japanese that. Okay? Tell an Arab he don't have to know his language, Arabic. So nobody tell you that madness. That's madness.
That's right.
Okay? Your nationality is important. It's a fundamental thing, being a man on this earth, to know who you are and what your language is and where you come from and your culture and custom and identity and who you are, your inheritance. Okay? Go ahead, Doc.
Verse 12. Him that overcometh will I make a pillar in the temple of my God.
See, your job is now to overcome. So that means, so what does it mean, overcome what? The hour of temptation. Because that's coming upon you. It's coming upon all our people. That's why he said, call the leaders together. Read the book of Joel. Make an assembly. Call everybody together. Call the priests. Call everybody together. Okay? Do a fast. Assemble yourselves together. Why? Because you're going to need each other in these last days to help you, because the hour of temptation is coming. So that's what the Marshal Yasha'Allah is all about. It ain't about no one camp, no one individual. I understand? It's about all of us coming together as a nation. Is what this is about. Going up.
And he shall go no more out, and I will write upon him the name of Yahweh.
See, the name of Yahweh. How about that? See? And a lot of you come to the truth, you take on Hebrew names. The name of Yahweh. The Most High will write his name in you, meaning in your spirit, in your heart, in your mind, so that you understand, keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. This is what the Most High wants. Righteousness is what the Heavenly Father is looking for. Okay? Not all that pride, all that ego. That's going to be shot down. Go ahead up.
And the name of the city of my Yahweh, which is New Jerusalem, which cometh down out of the heaven from the Most High, and I will write upon him my new name.
So the new name, the New Jerusalem, which is coming down from the Most High, from the spiritual. The Most High going to bring his spirit down upon us in the earth. Understand? That has never happened before in the history. Okay, come? God. His spirit down, New Jerusalem, down upon us. And of course, it's going to be in where? In our land. Jerusalem. Israel, Zion, Mount Zion, for the tabernacle of David, which is fallen. The Most High going to build the breaches back up. That's why we had the brother bring the 12 tribes of Israel. See the sign over there? Beautiful sign was made, okay, by a brother from the house of David. What's Krasaraka? Okay, that sign was made together. And then we got the Marshal Yasha'Allah sign, okay, the flag. So coming together is what the Most High want us to do.
Right.
Not all this individualism and all this stuff. Go ahead, Al.
Verse 13. He that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches.
Okay, so that's it. So with that, let's give all praise to Yahweh, Barak Hebrew, Mashiach Yahushua. Hallelujah. 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 Yeah. So with that, we're going to have intermission. I'm going to bring the brother Ash up, and he's going to tell you about the classes. Okay, we got 2 classes that are going to go in intermission. This is the first time this has been done at the Marshal Yasha'Allah Summit. So we're going to start moving from this summit on the next summits. We're going to have like classes. So the ones of you that don't understand, let's say the Hebrew, we're going to have a Hebrew class. The other class is going to be the burial class. Okay, come, and then it's going to give you a quick orientation about it. It's not going to be a full length class, but a quick orientation, because we only got an hour intermission. Okay, come, and then other than that, they're going to serve some sandwiches and some water. And so we got 1 hour. So go on. We're going to come back at what time? About 5?
It's 4 o'clock now.
So-
tell me to come back at 5:30. Yeah, tell me to come back at
5:30. So there's 4.
5:30.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're going to come back at 5:30, then we're going to start the summer. Okay, Con? Con? Okay, Ash?
All right, Shalom, brothers and sisters, everybody looking strong. All power and praise and glory to the Most High, Con? We are Hebrew Israelites, right? What is our language? Hebrew. Okay, so we're going to have a class on Hebrew. Everybody should support that class. Now, once we finish from up here, we're going to take 10 minutes to get some refreshments, let you stand up, stretch, get the blood circulating, get you a little something to eat and drink, Con? And then we're going to take 1 hour, like Zaquan said, we're going to be back at 5:30 to continue the second part of the summit, right? Now, the Hebrew class will be conducted in the last room. Once you walk down the hall like you're walking out the door, it's the last class to the left. That's the Hebrew class. And the Hebrew teacher is Karadazal. Where's Karadazal? Right here. Great Hebrew teacher. The brother have written Hebrew booklets, Hebrew Bibles, Old Testament and New Testament. So go and learn. Con? And the second class would be a burial class. It would be a burial, preparation, and will and insurance class. Now, the burial class, we're not trying to rush you up there to see the Most High. Okay, but it's good to know. It's information to know. You know, to take a lot of burdens off you and your family. It'll take a lot of burdens off your loved ones and your congregation. But this is something that you should know. It's just wisdom, man. You know, we come into this truth. We should try to know a little bit about everything. You should try to know the Hebrew, the language. If you're Hebrew, you can't speak Hebrew. Come on now. Try to learn the language. Try to learn the history. Try to learn a little bit about herbs. Try to learn about healing. Try to read and try to read and fill yourself with everything, man. So when you get out there and teach, you'll have a lot to talk about. You can go into the scriptures and you can break down the experience. You ever see some of us get out there, read a scripture and get stumbled up and don't have nothing else to say? Read that again and then go back and forth. No, but if you've been studying and reading and herbal and been moving around and getting all this information, you got a lot of stuff up here to share with the people, right? Okay, so that second class, that burial class will be held right over here at this table. And this class, the burial, will, and insurance preparation class will be conducted by Yakinan, Brother Yakinan, standing right here. Okay? Now, these classes are not mandatory, but